Joseph of Arimathea. Joseph stops near a poor house, and he is half hidden by a box hedge that sticks out, surrounding the little kitchen garden of the poor house. The two men instead go near the pool and watch the blind man, who cautiously approaches the large pool and, feeling the damp wall, puts one hand into the cistern and withdraws it, dripping water, and washes his eyes once, twice, 3 times. At the 3rd time, he drops his stick and presses his face with the other hand, uttering a cry which sounds like a painful one. He then removes his hand slowly, and his previous painful cry changes into a shout of joy. "Oh, Most High, I can see!" And he throws himself on the ground, overwhelmed with emotion, his hands shielding his eyes and pressing his temples, anxious to see, but troubled by the light. And he repeats, "I can see, I can see. So this is the earth, and this is the light. This is the grass which I knew only through its coolness." He stands up and stoops, like one carrying a weight, his weight of joy. He goes to the stream of the overflowing water and looks at it flowing brightly and joyfully, and he whispers, "And this is the water. There you are. That's how I felt it with my fingers." He dips his hand into it. "It is cold and cannot be held, but I did not know you. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. How beautiful everything is." He looks up and sees a tree. He approaches it, touches it, stretches out a hand, draws a little branch to himself, looks at it and laughs. Laughs. He screens his eyes with his hand and looks at the sky, at the sun. And 2 tears stream down from his virgin eyelids, open to contemplate the world. And he lowers his eyes on the grass, where a flower undulates on its stem, and sees himself reflected in the water. And he looks at himself and says, "That's how I am." And he is amazed when he sees a dove come to drink a little farther away, and a little goat tearing off the last leaves of a wild rose bush, and a woman coming to the pool with a baby on her breast. And that woman reminds him of his mother, whose face is unknown to him. And raising his arms towards the sky, he shouts, "May you be blessed, Most High, because of light, because of my mother, because of Jesus." And he runs away, leaving his now useless stick on the ground. The 2 men have not waited to see all that. As soon as they realised that the man could see, they ran towards the town. Joseph instead remains until the end, and when the blind man, who is no longer blind, darts past him towards the labyrinth of lanes of the working-class neighbourhood of Ophel, he leaves his place and retraces his steps towards the town, looking very pensive. The Ophel suburb, which is always very noisy, is now in a real turmoil. People are running in all directions, asking questions or replying to them. "You may have mistaken him for somebody else." "No, I'm sure. I spoke to him saying, 'But is it really you, Sidonia, nicknamed Bartolomei?' And he replied, 'It's me.' I wanted to ask him how it happened, but he ran away." "Where is he now?" "He's certainly with his mother." "Who has seen him?" ask some people who have just arrived. I did, reply many." "But how did it happen?" I saw him running without his stick, with 2 eyes in his face. And I said, look, Bartholomew would be like that if... I tell you that I'm still trembling. He came in shouting, Mother, I see you. A great joy for his parents. He will now be able to help his father and earn his food. That poor woman. She was so overwhelmed with joy that she was not feeling well. Oh, there is one thing. I'd gone to ask for some salt and... Let us go and hear the man himself. Joseph of Arimathea is caught in the uproar, and I do not know whether out of curiosity or spirit of imitation he follows the crowd and ends up in a blind alley which would lead to the Kidron if it continued. The people crowd there, overcoming with their voices the rustling noise of the water of the torrent, swollen with the autumn rains. And Joseph arrives there when, from another lane, joining with this one, the 2 men previously mentioned come with 3 more, a scribe, a priest, and another one whom I cannot identify by his garments. They elbow their way through the crowds arrogantly, and they try to enter the house crammed with people.